So that,
Susan.
so Sharon is not joining us for this part of the meeting. She had another commitment. So I'm going to call the meeting to order at 7:03. And the first item on our agenda is recommended actions, appointment of the Director of Equity and Access.
Yes. All right. So special meeting tonight where we have one agenda item, and I am extremely excited and pleased to recommend that the Board of Education appoint Dr. Teresha Batchelor to the Director of Equity and Access position for the Simsbury Public Schools effective August 9th. So to give a little bit of history here, this is a position kind of came into concept a couple years ago. Jeff, you had mentioned it at a board meeting, conversations we were having about equity and access. Todd discussed the possibility of having a leadership position that could really help from a continuity standpoint in our district. You're also all aware that we went through a pretty significant restructure of our central office this year, where we aligned 4 director positions underneath Sue Lemke as the director of teaching and learning, and the assistant superintendent of teaching and learning. So we're well poised for this leadership work, and I feel very fortunate that we're able to have Dr. Batchelor here with us tonight. She made her way through what was a pretty rigorous interview process that started with the screening interviews, 2 full rounds of committee interviews, an additional interview with both Sue and I, and then a solid interview with the Board of Education earlier this evening. So she comes to us, as you are aware, with a wealth of experience in the Hartford Public School District, from teacher to curriculum specialist, leading equity work, and then building leadership as a principal. So a wide variety of skills that she brings to the table to really help us on our journey on equity and access in this district. And I know we're all very excited about that. A couple things that really stood out to me that I know she'll bring to the team. She has a great understanding of the continuous improvement model that we already have here in Simsbury in terms of establishing, setting goals, and really looking at data. That's something that we talked about. She loves her data. Dr. Batchelor loves her data. So that, I think, will help with our work. She will certainly facilitate the Equity Council work and work with all our building leadership and closely with Sue. As we know that at Equity and Access, we're after positive outcomes for all kids. And I think Dr. Batchelor talked about that in her interview process. So I'm very excited to put her before the board tonight for a vote as the recommended candidate.
Thank you, Mr. Curtis. I am excited to say, after just less than 2.5 years after we started talking about this, that I'm asking for a motion from my fellow board members. Would you like to make a motion tonight for me?
I'll make the motion. Move that the Board of Education appoint Teresha Batchelor to the position of Director of Equity and Access for the Simsbury Public Schools with an effective date of August 9th, 2021.
Second.
Any discussion?
I think this is a really important position. I think that we're very lucky to have a candidate like this who will be taking the reins of creating and a wonderful thing for our town.
I think we're all very excited to see what you will do for us, Dr. Batchelor. So with that said, all those in favor?
Aye.
Congratulations, Dr. Batchelor.
Thank you.
Would you like
Welcome.
to say anything? We'd love to let you give it a shout, whatever you'd like to say.
Sure. First, I'd like to thank Superintendent Curtis and you, Chair Ms. Selena, for giving me the opportunity to go through the process. In each step of the way, it was really apparent to me that Simsbury is taking equity work seriously. I actually enjoyed the interview process because I got to know key people who will be supporting the work and who's already started the work. I feel honored and privileged to be coming in Simsbury at a time where it's needed and at a time where Simsbury is really ready to do the work. So thank you for selecting me, and I really look forward to this work together.
We're so excited to have you and can't wait to see what you do for all of us. All right. So here we go. We look forward to welcoming you on board. And our next Board of Ed meeting will be Tuesday, September 14th, 2021 in the Board of Ed conference room. And again, just to remind my fellow board members to keep an eye on your email over the summer. If we have a need for a meeting, there will be one called. So just please make sure you're monitoring that. And thank you all for joining us tonight for this great meeting. Congratulations again, Dr. Batchelor. Happy.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
You
Have a
need
good
a
night,
Make a
everybody.
motion to adjourn.
Oh, yeah, I need a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Okay,
I
we have a
second.
motion. Jen seconds. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. See you all. Happy summer.
Bye.
Welcome.
night.
Bye-bye now.